Hello again, this is Teri Belf. I am the world's first Master Certified Coach and bring to you a series of tips how to differentiate and distinguish masterful coaches. This is the second in our series, and there are 10 tips in total, and today we're going to do tips 3 and 4. Tip 3 has to do with continuing our conversation about respecting the client through the use of words, language. And the fourth tip is going to be about don't be smart. Okay, so let's get going. Language. Language is extremely important in the coaching process. And when a client expresses emotion, there is something going on inside. And we call that inside thing the internal response. What we see as coaches is the external behavior. In the field of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, we call that a beamer, B-M-I-R, a behavioral manifestation of an internal response. So we see the beamers. We don't know what's going on inside. And unless the client names what's going on inside, we cannot name it. So what can we do to recognize that the client is experiencing something? We're seeing the behavior. The answer is in the form of an acronym, the word FEE, F-E-E. If a client has not named the emotion they're experiencing and we want to address it, we can use the word feelings, we could use the word energy, and we could use the word emotions. So here are examples. If a client comes in with emotion, you could say, I see you have a lot of feelings today about this. Or, I sense there's a lot of energy coming right now. Or, I hear that you have emotion. Okay, that's perfectly okay. F-E-E, feelings, energy, emotion. The second point has to do with don't be smart. Now, in many professions, including the ones I've been in, such as training and development, management, leadership, in many of those professions, being smart is good. You get paid to be smart. Not so in coaching. Because the premise of the profession is that clients have their own answers, and we do not need to give them answers. We need to help them uncover the wisdom that is inside of them already, so that they can repeat that process without us. Now, an example of how this might work would be if a client comes in and says, I want to be more peaceful. Well, if I'm smart, I know that the synonym for the word peaceful is serene. So I might say, oh, I hear you want to be more serene. I am not honoring the person. The person didn't say serene. The person said peaceful. So we are not supposed to name words that are not the words that come from the clients. We're supposed to be a mirror for the client, so they can see and experience and hear who they are through us and get that feedback, that data. Now, there is a word in several professions, including coaching, called paraphrasing, which would lead you to suggest that you could use the word serene if a client says peaceful. But here's a new twist on paraphrasing. I train people to take something from the beginning of the client's conversation and something else later on in the conversation, and put those two together. You are pairing phrases, paraphrasing. That's perfectly acceptable in coaching. So I hope this has been useful. I'm Teri Belf, and you can reach me at coach@belf.org or www.belfcoach.com or www.successunlimitednet.com. And you can spell Belf, B like in boy, E-L-F like in Frank. Thank you for listening, and I hope you stay tuned to several more that are coming up.